Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. There is one thing you can do as a designer to actually change the trajectory of your business. And what I'm about to say, some of you might be like, but no, Carina. But I am here to tell you this one thing. If you can do this one thing, a lot of things will change in your design business. All right, I'm going to tell you what it is. Yes, it's right here at the very beginning. You don't have to dig deep into this podcast to know what it is, but I do want to explain why. So stick around for that. Okay, so here's the one thing you can do. You need to be, not you can be, you need to be super, uber, crazy fast in Illustrator. Now, why is this the one thing that I'm like, if you can do this thing, then a lot of other pieces will come into play? And this is for many of you who are early in your businesses, or you're just getting started in Illustrator, or you're just starting to get into design. If you choose to become super, uber, crazy fast in Illustrator, do you know what that will do for you? One, your pay rate goes up. Now, this works, it works with freelance, right? For example, if I do a logo for someone, it takes me about 30 minutes. My pay rate for that is extremely high, okay? 4 figures. And it took me 30 minutes. So if a logo takes me 2 hours to make, my pay rate maybe is only 3 figures, and that's over 2 hours if it's the same amount, right? So if I can be crazy uber fast, then my pay rate is higher, right? Same if you're making digital products. If you've come to a boot camp, I talk about how we can get started in low barrier to entry jobs so that we can become designers. So if we take the approach that if we can become so fast, so proficient in Illustrator, then suddenly when we're making these products, whether we're building fonts or printables or fabric or digital scrapbooking, when we're making all of these products, if we can produce very, very quickly, what happens? Our pay rate goes up, right? Because the faster we produce those digital products, the less time it takes to actually make money. Does that make sense? Now, this is very specifically for those of you who just are getting started in Illustrator, or maybe even those of you who've been in it for a while, and maybe you're exploring all the cool things. There are so many cool things in Illustrator. I am here to tell you there are like 10 actions, maybe 20, that you use all the time, over and over and over and over again. I want you to get fast at those. When we spend a lot of time learning Illustrator for the sake of learning Illustrator, figuring out cool new techniques, the only way I feel like it's very important to do that is if it will make you faster. Now, if you're justifying making it faster just because you think it's neat and you think it's going to make you faster, I want you to think about what are the things you use over and over again. For me, Design Suite members know I use it all the time. I am expanding things all the time. I am coloring things all the time. So I'm using my paint bucket tool all the time. I want to make sure I know how to use that well. I am building strokes all the time. I am using my pen and my pencil tool all the time, my brush tool all the time. Those are the things I focus my skills on. I don't get stressed out about all the other things. Do I know about all the other things? Yeah, for the most part. But how often am I going to use that gradient tool? You guys, hardly ever. So I try not to teach some of those things in my programs, because to me, if you can focus on the 20 or 10 things that you do all the time, if you're drawing all the time, then you better know that pen tool and pencil tool like it's nobody's business and understand how to change those strokes, right? If you can do that, what will happen? You will become faster and your pay rate will go up. Okay, so this is my admonition to all of you out there learning Illustrator. We've got Lots of Design Suite members working on it. We have people who are coming to my Illustrator Whiz workshops working on Illustrator. If you are getting started or you're somewhere in the midst of being good at Illustrator, okay, it is not all about just the knowledge. It's about how fast you are in the program. If you can do things without really even thinking about it, like I have to, sometimes when I'm doing a tutorial or explaining to someone, I'm like, I don't know how I do that. I have to physically go do it because my hand just knows what to do. That's habit. That's instinct, because I do it so fast that now I don't think about it. I don't even know where I'm going. Okay. I have to really think through it. That is a good thing. That means I'm fast and I know what I'm doing. Okay. Now, how long does it take to get fast? Here's the deal, you guys. This is what I love about Illustrator. You can get into it. You're going to be slow. It's going to feel clunky, and it'll take a few months. Then you will get a little faster, a little faster, a little faster. And do you know what the key is here? Being an Illustrator every day, which is one of the main things I teach in my program. If you are not an Illustrator every single day, then it's going to be hard for you to make money as a designer. So be an Illustrator every day. All ships rise, right? Like, you will become faster. You will become more proficient. Your pay rate will go up. And this is what we need to do as designers. All right, I hope that you like that, and I hope that you are doing these things. I hope that some of the things I'm talking about, or maybe all the things I'm talking about, you are really implementing in your design life. If you have been, and you've been enjoying this podcast, please leave me a review. I appreciate it so much, you guys. I ask for them once in a blue moon, and I forget to even ask for them most of the time, but I would love for you to leave me a review. It really helps this podcast get more followers, get more people listening and looking at design. And I know your abundance mindset allows you to be okay with that. Why? Because you can be a designer, and so can the person next to you. 100%. That's why I'm able to teach design and still own my design company, because at the end of the day, there is plenty of room for everyone. But you know who's going to rise above? The people who are doing what I tell you guys to do, implementing, designing every day, putting an add to cart button on those designs. Those are the things that are going to make you better, better, better. And that's what I really want for you. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope to talk to you soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.